No one left behind is more than a standard we all live up to. It is a way of life. It is part of our mission. If you or someone you know finds themselves struggling with their mental health, please contact the Suicide Crisis Lifeline by dialing 988 on your mobile phone or text 838 255 to speak or chat with a qualified counselor. Hello, hello, Run for the Wall family. I am Hitch, and as always, I am joined with Boots. Hey, Boots, how you doing today?
I'm good, Hitch. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Okay, so I know you all are probably either wondering, one, why the podcast is a few days late. Two, what's all that background noise and where is Boots, right? For those of you all who run on Central Route, you're probably pretty familiar with that background. But before we jump into that, I just want to welcome. Ooh, they got pretty loud there. But I just want to take this opportunity to welcome those of you who are joining us for the first time. If you're wondering what is Run for the Wall, we are the largest and longest and oldest cross-country motorcycle run in the US, all for or in support of those who are MIA, KIA, and POWs. And we're just here at the podcast doing our part to continue to say their names and never forget.
That's right.
But Boots,
where am I?
Why's the podcast a few days late? Yeah, where are you?
So you said Central Route, but I got to tell you, first of all, where I'm at. I'm at the Angel Fire Veterans Memorial in Angel Fire, New Mexico, which is a stop on Run for the Wall on Friday, day 3. And it's put on by the David Westfall Foundation. And this on Labor Day weekend is a tradition of Run for the Wall, where we come up here for a reunion and a work day. And we are laying bricks up here to honor the memory of those who have served and those who have fallen. And you don't have to be someone who perished in war to have a brick here. It's open for any veteran from any war. And today here at Angel Fire, we are laying 511 bricks, 8 of which are Medal of Honor recipients from World War I, from even before then, from the Indian War, through Vietnam, the Global War on Terror. And we've got riders here, riders and just supporters here from all walks of life. We have people here from Midway Route, Southern Route, Sandbox Route, of course, Central Route. And it's an awesome time. And that is not a backdrop behind me. That is a real Bell UH-1 helicopter that's on a pedestal up here on display. And that was actually crewed by one of the road guards on the Central Route, Kenny Keeling, Scooter. That's Scooter's bird right behind me. And Scooter's here working today. Yep, that's Scooter's bird.
So I just wanted to say that's super cool. I know one of the things you told me when we talked about doing the podcast this particular weekend was that all of the routes are represented there. So I think that is really cool. So although it is a stop on the Central Route, so I mean, and it's beautiful.
It is. It's gorgeous today.
For those of
Absolutely
you,
beautiful.
I believe we've talked about this last season, but it's on a property that was going to be a ski resort. So imagine ski resort turned into a beautiful memorial, and just like for not miles, but probably miles that you can see.
Yes, you can. You can see about 30 miles.
Yeah. I mean, it is just
it's incredible.
Serene,
and the story
place.
is that Dr. Westfall and his wife had this property, and they were gonna make it a resort, is my understanding. And their son went off to war in Vietnam, David Westfall, and unfortunately he perished in battle. And they got some life insurance money as a consequence of that. And rather than take that money and do anything with it, they decided to turn this into a Vietnam Veterans Memorial. And they built a chapel, is what they did. The first thing they did was with that money was build the chapel, which is just to my right. And then everything else happened around it. There is a state cemetery down here beyond the chapel. The chapel looks down the hill on the cemetery.
Mhm.
There's a beautiful museum on the grounds here. And then if you can hear the numbers or names being called behind me, that is the Central Route Coordinator, Jim McDonough, road name Who. And
Who?
they, yeah. So we're saying the names and their dates of service and their branch of service for each one of the 511 bricks that are being laid here. And that is happening right behind us.
Douglas Froney.
So you just heard
And
the
so
name
I
Michael
just want
Douglas Froney.
to
Anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
I just wanted to let you all know that we are going to be doing things slightly differently this
Way
episode.
different.
Usually we have sort of a structured format, but we're going to freestyle it today. I think we'll have some people kind of stop by. We'll talk to them a little bit. But since you just mentioned who the memorial was in honor of, I think this is a good opportunity for us to do the Why We Ride.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a very big part of Run for the Wall, is to honor those who have fallen so that we say their names, tell their stories, and never forget. And that's exactly what is going on behind me, where we read the name that's on the brick, and then a volunteer marches the brick down the path behind me, and then the brick is laid in their honor along the pathway that leads. There's so many pathways around here, but right now these bricks are being laid
Hey,
on the
Boots,
pathway. Yeah.
you're coming through a little distorted, and I'm not sure if it'll be distorted once we post this or not. So I will do the Why We Ride and see if, yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll do Why We Ride while Boots is trying to get his connection sorted out, because he is on location in Angel Fire, New Mexico. And for those of you all who don't know, it's like, it was going to be a ski resort, so it's like in a mountain. So that can be kind of tricky. But today we have David Westfall. I do not have a picture to share. Boots is usually the one who shares the photos, but I will be able to read that bio for you all. So, David Westfall, Victor David Westfall III, called David, was born in 1940 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to Victor and Jean Westfall. He had one younger brother, Walter Douglas. He was raised in Albuquerque, New Mexico. David loved football and excelled in track, breaking 9.7 seconds in the 100-yard sprint during his freshman year at UNM in 1958. David left UNM in 1959 to join the Marines. During his tour of duty as an enlisted man from 1959 to 1963, he served part of his time with the 1st Battalion, 4th Marines, 3rd Division, Bravo Company. He later obtained a degree in Spanish from the University of Montana in 1966. David rejoined the Marines in 1967. At the time he made his decision, the United States had 385,000 men in South Vietnam and was irrevotably committed there. He viewed this challenge as a task calling for voluntary dedication and was willing to do his part. He wrote, "My fellow citizens pay the taxes to support me, and I intend to be worth the pay." As matters developed, he was to give even his life to earn his pay. And that's part of David's story, a casualty of Vietnam. David was commissioned on March of 1967, one of 824 candidates who started the course. 573 finished. Of these, he ranked 11th. Soon after starting the course, he put he put in for infantry duty in Vietnam. Upon arriving in Vietnam, David was assigned to the 1st Battalion, 4th Marines, 3rd Division with Bravo Company, the same battalion in which he had served as an enlisted man a few years before. Now, David was assigned as a platoon leader. David was killed in battle near Con Thien, South Vietnam on May 22nd, 1968. 17 U.S. soldiers were killed in the battle.
States Army,
So
1970,
that is
1972.
the bio for David Westfall.
And that's important. You know, it's not the worst thing to be lost in war. It's not the worst thing to be missing in war. The worst thing is to be forgotten in war. And so that's what this whole grounds is all about. Not just for the memory of David, but for the memory of all of those who have lost their life in wars throughout the history of this great nation. So thank you,
That's
David,
right.
for your service, and for all of the soldiers who served with David.
All
It
right.
really brings it home to be here.
So I would say this week, the main update that we really have is that we are 255 days from kickstands up, and that will be on May 13th, 2026. I think that's the biggest piece of news and an update.
Yeah, we also got the Southern Route reunion coming up in Kerrville. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I don't know, because I'm running off of my phone as a hotspot, and it's a little bit difficult. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, that Kerrville reunion in Kerrville, Texas is September 26th to 28th.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. But there also is the Cruising for Champions, which will be Saturday, September 20th. And that's in Chatham County, North Carolina. And that's through their sheriff's office. So they would really love to have members of Run for the Wall, not members, but, Run for the Wall participants come and be a part of that Cruising for Champions. It's in support of the Special Olympics, if I recall correctly.
Yep. And then also we have to remind everyone that registration for the 2026 Run for the Wall will open on September 11th. So put that on your calendar.
Yes.
And then, of course, if just want to talk about the hotels, the hotel list won't come out until January 1st because we're still negotiating rates and getting all that sorted out. Camping list will come out also around the same time. So, get yourself registered, and then hotels will come out January 1st, and you can make all your plans there.
Trust and believe. As soon as we get the information, we will give it to you all. It will be posted on the website. It'll be posted in the forums, and people will be looking for roommates and all that jazz. And we'll definitely announce it here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know today you just wanted to kind of pull people. Do we have anyone there who's fired up about
I had mentioned it to a couple of people to come up and say hi, but it seems like there's a lot of work to be done because it's a work day here. It's not just people hanging around visiting. There's a lot of work to be done, a lot of bricks to be laid. So it looks like everybody who was standing around waiting for a long time here in the hot sun may have wandered off and found something else to do. So it's all good. This is a wonderful time. It's a beautiful area of the country. And I'm really happy to be here. I'm definitely planning to be here next year as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make it out there, especially before
Thomas M.
Valley Girl starts school.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute, Valley Girl.
That's
great.
I'm a
That's
little Valley
new,
Girl. Actually, one of my friends gave her that nickname before she was born. I was like, "What can her name be?" She was like, "Valley Girl."
That's perfect.
All right. With that being said, let's jump to Tech Tips with Ted. And then maybe you'll be able to grab someone by the time we've wrapped that up to sit with us.
And I'll just talk about, just for a second before we get to the tech tips, I just wanted to call out a few people who are here. We've got a few members from the U.S. National Guard who are here serving today, helping prepare the grounds. They were here yesterday, because there's a lot of pre-work that has to be done to level the ground and lay the sand, and it all has to be done in a very specific way so that when we're laying bricks, the bricks are carried down and put right into place. And all that prep work is done in weeks leading up to this. And I know there were some guards, servicemen and women out here yesterday, and they're here today. So I just wanted to do a shout out to them. They were going to be here, but they're working. So that's the life. But thank you to them for being here, and for everyone from Run for the Wall, from the local community here in Angel Fire and Taos, Eagle Nest. It's really the outpouring of support from the local communities. And we have people here from Legion Riders and Patriot Guard, all kinds of local clubs. It's awesome. Okay, so since we're here in the mountains, and you got to ride up a mountain road to get here, and you got to ride down a twisty mountain road to leave here, I thought we'd revisit getting through the turns, on your motorcycle. So that's my tech tip. So rather than talk about technique, practice is paramount. And it's important to understand from a good coach how you can improve your technique and how you can ride. Body position is huge. But I do want to say that it's important to get out there and get some rider training. Most riders who are, adults, you figure, I got my license, I took the class, I got my motorcycle endorsement, I know how to ride. Or I've been riding for 35 years, I know how to ride. But take a class, Ride Like a Pro or the Yamaha School of Champions street class. It's taught on a racetrack, but not at racing speeds. You don't wear racing clothes. You're not on racing bikes. You're on your bike in your gear at street speeds, and it's taught by guys who really know their stuff. They can videotape you. They can show you how to get safely through a turn. I know I do a lot of rider coaching, and I was coaching at a racetrack 2 weeks ago, and the rider I was coaching said, I can do left turns really well, but I'm scared to death of right turns. I watched her ride. We put her on a 50cc, a child's bike. I had her do some drills in the parking lot, went back out on the racetrack, and it was a world of difference. So it's really about having the right coach show you the techniques to get through those turns, and there's no shortcut. So you can practice in a parking lot with the right gear at safe speeds. I highly recommend a course like Ride Like a Pro or the Yamaha School of Champions. There are many other courses out there, but get out there, take a rider's course, learn how to get your bike to do the things that you want it to do. The front brake is the most important thing on that bike. And I'll tell you, the best riders I've known in my life are masters of the front brake. And I also wanted to mention, again, I talked about tires last time, but having the proper pressure in your tires will make a world of difference. Making sure you... Thank you.
Oops.
Hey, we're humans, right? But having the right tires on your bike at the proper pressure makes all the difference. Making sure your bike's set up, if your shocks are worn out or you haven't changed the oil on your forks lately, that all plays a factor into how your bike handles and your confidence level in getting through the turns. And why do you slow down? Why do we all slow down? Why do guys slow down on the racetrack? Because you're scared. That's why you reach for the brakes. That's why you close the throttle. And it's about building your confidence not only in yourself, but in your bike and your equipment and the road conditions. Always pay attention to road conditions and always ride your own pace. That's it for Ted's tech tip for today. Get out there and ride.
Yes. All right. I did not look to see if we had a listener letter. This was such an impromptu
Michael E. Elliott,
sort of
United States Army,
plan. Let me take a quick
1966.
gander.
Okay, while you're doing that, Hitch, I'm just going to lift up my laptop and give you a little bit of a view of what's going on here. So you can see there are tons of people here, all watching the ceremonies and the proceedings.
Julius Phelan, United States Army, 1950 to 1953.
So that kind of gives you an idea of what's going on behind me.
Now, the majority of the people that you have spoken to, is this like their first time there? Do they come?
Oh no, most of the
Do they
people here I think
come?
have been here before quite a few times.
Oh, okay. Well, so Jaybird wrote to us and he just said, Boots and Hitch. Nice job on the podcast, season 2, episode 1. See you in Ontario. Jaybird. FNG 2023 always wrote Southern Route. Southern Route Road Guard 2022 to 2025. We'll be moving to
Warren,
Midway
United
Route
States
Road
Army,
Guard for 2026.
2000
Hey, Jaybird,
to
I'll see you on
2013.
Midway.
Right on. That's great. I love that. I've talked to a few people who, I met a guy here this morning named Terry who did the Central Route the year of the Great Tornado. And then he decided, I'm going to do the Southern Route. And he found a home on the Southern Route. He loves it. So, hey, Terry, it's great to meet
That's
you.
cool.
Shout out to you. I saw him carrying bricks this morning. He's here working his tail off. And, it just goes to show that even though we have 4 routes, we've got one mission. Each route has its own flavor.
Yep.
And there's nothing that says that if you've ridden a Central Route, you got to ride the Central Route forever. There's the Southern Route. There's a Midway Route. They all have different scenery, different stops, different family, different personalities. And it's great. Like Hitch is going Midway next year, and I'm a little jealous. But I mean,
we said in season 1 that we were going to switch routes for this year, but you kind of landed a job, and so
I'm a road guard
can't.
captain, and I got to say it's an honor. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm gonna do my best to be the best I can be, and serve Run for the Wall and the memory of all of those who have fallen and why we ride. And at some point, I do intend to ride Midway, and I do intend to ride Southern. I've done Sandbox. I'll do that again too. So, absolutely.
Yeah, that's in my plans too. So this year, not this year, next year, I don't have a ton of vacations planned. We are going to Japan like during spring break. But for right now, I only have that trip and Run for the Wall. So I should have enough leave to be able to do Sandbox as well. So I'm looking forward to, haven't decided yet.
This brings up an interesting point, Hitch. And, there's one thing I always try to weave in to every podcast episode, and that's mentioning my good friend, Todd Horton Taylor. Now, Todd and I spent a good deal of time driving up here in my truck, and he mentioned that you might have sold your motorcycle. Is there any truth to that?
I have not sold it. I wanted to sell it this summer.
Okay.
I plan on it.
All right.
And there are 2 reasons, but one of the reasons is that after seeing a lot of you all's bikes, I'm like, yeah, I'm of an age now where I want to ride in that type of comfort as well. I got
that's exactly
that
what I said to Todd,
because it was my
that girl a
dream
Road
bike.
Glide or an Indian Challenger, and yeah,
that was my dream bike. And when I found out they weren't going to make Victories anymore, I ran out and got it immediately, And so I love it, but
I will say it's a great bike, but it will beat you to death on a long ride. So if you got yourself something a little more touring oriented,
younger.
Yeah, get yourself something a little more touring oriented, whatever it is, whatever brand, a Goldwing, a BMW, a Harley, an Indian, Yamaha, whatever.
I'm not getting an Indian because I'm a hater. I'm quite jealous that they stopped making Victory to make any. But no,
I'm not saying nothing.
One of the first things that I said, I was like, for those of you who don't know, I ended up on the back of Boots' bike my FNG year. And I remember sitting down, I was like, is this seat heated? I did not know that was a thing, okay? Mm-hmm. So, I was coming from riding like Gixxers, stuff like that. So I didn't know.
Hey, I want to introduce you to my new friend here. Stand up here.
We have a friend.
Yeah, hop up here. Hop right up here and come on next to me. Can you stand up? Here. There we go. What's your name?
Hi.
Do you know your name?
Yeah.
What is it? Wyatt. This is Wyatt. And what do you got going on right here, Wyatt?
I have
Is that a mustache? She's got a little mustache. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Are you having fun out here? Oh, good. I'm glad you're out here. You want to say hi to everyone? Do you know what to say when we say, how far are you going? All the way? You going all the way? All the way. All right. Okay, we're going to get back to the podcast, all right? I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right.
I love
So
it.
there's lots of
FNG,
families out
our
here. Yeah,
future-
the future FNG.
Yep, fun new generation. But yeah, so also like I know he mentioned that the plan was to try to sell it this summer, but since I didn't, I'll probably try to sell it next summer. Because over here, it's already kind of cool here now.
Yeah, but there's a good market for those
so-
bikes because they don't make them anymore and they're sought after. So
Yeah. So I am nervous about going midway because I already know everyone on Central. And so I'm just like, I know people on Midway, but I'm just kind of
Hitch,
like,
you have such a hard time
so
making
shy.
friends too. So yeah, right.
I know, I'm so shy. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be so hard for me. No. But we'll see. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Plus,
All right.
I have my built-in travel partner. So
All right. No, I don't see anybody else who's lined up.
Were you able
over
to
here.
grab anyone else?
No, not
Okay.
looks
well,
like not. But it is what it is. People are busy. They got things going on. Really wanted to give the other riders who are watching the podcast and people who are thinking about joining Run for the Wall, we are honoring the global war on terror, the Desert Storm, Operation Desert Shield. This year, it's 35th anniversary of that. We got a lot of cool things going on, a lot of new merch that's coming out. We've got a new platform for the Run for the Wall store that's going to be launching September 1st. So we're trying to make everything easier. Okay. We're trying to improve the merchandise, bring you more cool stuff, and just make everything better. And so we're hoping that you'll register for Run for the Wall. If you've done it before and you're thinking about doing it again, we want you back. If you're a veteran, if you're out there, if you're listening to us and you're wanting a community you can connect with, this is home. Come on. We've got a place for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Your brothers and sisters are waiting to welcome you home.
Oh, and also, those of you who have ridden before and you plan on registering, after you register, please sign up to fill one of the volunteer positions on your route. So yeah, let's get those filled as well.
All right. Sounds good. And then also, I know we got to kind of wrap it up here, I think. We'll make this a short one just because of it's funny. But, the Run for the Wall song, you can get that on the website. You can listen to it. Because I've had a lot of requests to download it, so I'm going to create a download link, and you can put it on whatever music platform you like to listen to music on, and have that song on your device to listen to it anytime. And so we're always working on new stuff. We're always looking for ways to advertise. So if you've got a way to spread the word and get the Run for the Wall message and mission out to more people, let us know. We're going to have brochures again very shortly. Those are in production right now. I was hoping to have them by this weekend, but that didn't happen. So we'll have those in the next few weeks. And that's pretty much it. That's a wrap.
All right. So for more information, you can visit us at www.rftw.us. And as always, we absolutely want you all to be social with us. Tell us your run experiences. I definitely want to hear from people who will be FNGs for 2026. That way I can get a before and an after from you all. But yeah, you can reach out to us at pod, that's POD, at RFTW. Pod at RFTW.us.
That's right.
I almost said .com. I'm like, no, that's not it. All right, y'all.
US.
So until next time, how far are we going?
All the way.
That's right.
Ciao.